Okay, now tell me, why do you eat? Why do you have to eat? Punishment. Actually, ladies and gentlemen, don't you think it is a punishment? I mean, when you're hungry, you have to do something. You go and find food, and then you eat, and you think that's done. And after 6 hours, again that monster appears. Then you again feed the monster. Hey, I'll give you something. Then you feed it, and then what happened? After 6 hours, again that monster appears. Sometimes that monster, even you had just 1 hour before, just 1 hour ago we had enough. The monster sometimes appear
As a snack.
as a snack. This is snack monster. Right? Snack monster is always asking snacks. Then you feed snacks. Right? Anyway, thanks to my teachers, I was having 7 meals per day. Right? Before I was becoming a monk, I was having 7 meals per day, 7 or 8, I can't remember. Now, 2 meals, 1 main meal and 1 light, and then 1 drink or 2 drink, like coffee. That's enough. Otherwise, if you count the tea breaks with that 8 meals, it will be 14. So constantly what we have been doing is putting something here. Like every Friday, we go around shopping and we buy all the things in the Westfield. We don't let people to keep things inside the Westfield because we are so compassionate about them. Don't worry, we are here to help you to take them and put it, because we have ample space in our house. You are spreading your loving kindness and compassion towards people in the. Yes, we are sharing space. Yes.
And money.
Not sharing money, giving money. You are giving money. That's why you get money. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to think. Start thinking. Initially, I must say this. Yesterday, from Guru Hamdul's sermon, Guru Hamdul's session, Guru 𝗘𝗃𝗧 session, you learn that ignorance plus attachment. Ignorance leads to attachment, leads to vexation or ego. Remember, it is a process. Ego is a process. Ego is not an entity. Ego has a cause, has causes. Ego is not something produced out of the blue. Do you understand that? It's not something there, but it's being produced. There's a process. It's not a magic. There's a logic how that happens. Got it? Clear? So there you learned that ignorance leads to attachment, causes this problem in your minds. What is ignorance? What is attachment? What is this ignorance and what is this attachment? That's the question that you have to ask now. Because if you can get rid of ignorance, you don't have to worry about ego. Whether you have ego or not. You understand this? Because if you can get rid of ignorance, if you can eradicate ignorance, if you can eliminate ignorance. Or, that means, what is ignorance? What do you mean by ignorance? Ignorance means? Not knowing. That means, if you can get the idea of what actually happens here, now what happened? Huh? If you can get rid of ignorance, if you can understand what actually happens here in this world, that means you are now flipping ignorance to the wisdom. What's the difference? What is the opposite? Yes, thank you. Wisdom. Okay. Huh? Enlightenment. Yeah, that's what we call enlightenment.
Trying to remove ignorance is like trying to remove water from a mirage. Trying to remove ignorance is trying to remove water from mirage. You only understand mirage, then there's no water to remove. Ignorance is like that. It's a mirage, but it appears.
Good example. So, if you try to remove water from mirage, would you be able to do that? Huh? Thank you very much. Huh? Yeah, but shall we try to remove that attempt itself is exactly. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, we cannot. When I say, okay, remove your ignorance, try to remove ignorance, you can't do that by yourself. It's not something possible. Ignorance is something that mind is enjoying every moment, but in the presence of a teacher, in the presence of realization, somebody has to feed you the reality. Otherwise, you won't be able to self-realize what actually happens. The only person that he would be able to self-realize is the Buddha. Apart from the Buddha, all the disciples, all the great elders are taking the knowledge, wisdom from the Buddha. That's what happened. That's why Buddha is Buddha, because Buddha means Buddha. So, right? He self-realized because of the sacrifice that he has done throughout the eons and eons and eons. But looking at you and looking at me, I know that I'm not a person like that, definitely no. Because I lived my life, I want to be happy with my things. I didn't care about others that much. All these tales about the Buddha's past lives, like we learn in the kindergarten, we learned them. I was actually enjoying those stories. I didn't think about what actually happened there. But when they explain these things, when Guru Th explained these things, why these stories have, there are stories, actually there are stories to show the society that the quality, the characteristic of a bodhisattva, that is Buddhist aspirant. Actually, we don't have it. That's why definitely we won't be able to self-realize. So we have to search, we have to seek guidance from a teacher in order to understand this. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, you have to go to science class in order to learn at least there are 3 states of matter. Matter is made out of atoms. Atom is made out of electrons, protons, neutrons. It's not something you found out. Right? Are you the one who found out atoms? No, thanks to Dalton. Dalton has to take all the background that the other people have developed. So this is like cascade of reaction. You live on others. You work on others. Got it? So that means we won't be able to self-realize. What we have to do is always depend on a wisdom source. Agree? Okay. Now in this row, please consider this as what? The wisdom source. This body and the mind. That's why I want to see your faces. Right? If you sleep, I will send this. Remember in the school, we had angry teachers, always shouting and okay. Now this is the case. We give sentimental values to things. I remember at some occasion, I was actually, when I was a kid, we had in our house, we had very old broom. We had a broom, to sweep. And one day I think I was very young, very, very small. It was there in a room, so I took it, and my mother said, "Hey, don't take it, don't ever touch it." Then I asked why, because it was kept it was hanged on a wall, and I was like, "Oh, why is there wall, very small one?" Then she said, "This is my great-grandfather's broom." So she kept that in our house because she has a sentimental value with that. Because she loved her great-grandfather. But I don't know whether he has seen him. Right? Then I asked. So I won't be able to touch it. Then I asked about the story of it. Why you kept this? So she got it from her grandfather. Her grandfather has explained everything to her about the broom. So what are the things in the broom? Very small one. So after we married, my mother gave her great-grandfather's broom to my wife to protect it. You know what happened? We took it to Australia because it was like, so we have to show it to her whether it's there. Yes, more. No, we put it to not hand luggage. What is that? Extra oversized luggage. So in the middle of the flight, I think we came from Sri Lankan Airlines. So yes, the flight team, they have done a great job, right? They broke they broke the what is that? The great-grandfather's broom. When we came to Australia, we found that it's already now broken. So we thought, okay, luckily my mother didn't come. If she came, then it would it would have been a big issue. So what we did, we slowly, it was cracked from here. So what I did, I found a similar, it was like metallic, it looks like galvanized. those old days, like they didn't have, I mean, I think he has taken from somewhere, I don't know. So we replaced that with another new, and we just put some dust and stuff to make sure that it looks old, and we showed it from camera. It's there. Now she is happy because all the time it was hanging there when we take the call. Now he is looking at whether her great-grandfather's room is there. Yes! She is so happy about that. Now her great-grandfather's room is there. Right? When I was going to ordain, now after some time she was not concerning about that. She wasn't concerned about that. Actually, I didn't tell my mom that I left everything and came to Sri Lanka. So when I leave Australia, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't inform my parents that I'm leaving Australia. Right? I had everything. I sold my house and all the things without telling them. Secretly, even in the Facebook marketplace, I created a fake profile and sold stuff. Otherwise, everybody can see that I'm selling stuff. Because you can see, the friends can see that, right? I know that there's a way to hide that, but I didn't know that. So I created a profile and sold all the things from Facebook marketplace. So I'm not advertising Facebook marketplace, don't worry. So what I did, I handed over that room to Mr. Ashad. You know Ashad, that tall guy here with bald head? Old one? Huh? Old one? Where is he? Huh? Yeah, he has done a great job. You know what? I asked him to take it and leave it there. Because when my mom wanted to see the great grandfather's room, I will tell you that you can send me a photo. Then this was the agreement initially. It's okay, right. And so I forgot to mention that this has a sentimental value. So I just gave him, you keep it, because we might need it. I think I was very in a hurry situation. Because I didn't have that sentimental value of the great grandfather's broom. For me, it's like a broom. If I can use it, I will use it. Otherwise, right? You know what happened? Kishantinona, Ashada's wife, they didn't know that this has a sentimental value. They have used it. Huh? Then one day after 1 year, when I came here, I asked from him, do you have that broom? What broom, Swamina? The broom I gave you. We used it. I thought you gave us because you have to clear out the things. I mean, no one buys this old looking. So you can't sell it in the Facebook market. So that's why you have given us. Then do you have it? Yes. Now that there's a brush with the bristle, that the metal part has gone off. Right? So Kishantinona has done something. Now what my goodness. Then I told him the sentimental value of it. You know what he has done? he changed this part. He found some old thing and he attached to here. Now, last time when I came, he was joking with me. Swaminathan sir, your old broom is now with me. Yes, he is here. No, yes.
Bring the broom?
Yes, I asked him to bring it. Do you have it?
Oh, you got it.
I asked him to take it, bring it. Where's the broom? Be careful. Do you have? Ah. You know what he has done? No, this is not old. Right? This was not green color. He has changed everything. He changed that part. 𝗓𝗏𝗧 changed this part. And now there's a broom. Then I told my mom, something has happened. So one day occasion when I called her, then she asked whether, yes, we just changed the bristle part, so it is there. Then she said, okay. So according to my mom, still great grandfather's broom is there. But we know what happened to the great grandfather's broom now? Huh?
Long gone.
When did it go on? When was it gone? Now the thing is, then I asked about it from her. Actually, how did you get it? How did you got it like this broom? Then she said her grandfather gave that to her, and when they were young, it got broke, right? And they changed the pole. So actually, now, I thought that I am the one who has done the thing, but she also changed that. Now she forgot. Actually, she changed it. So when I say that I only changed the bristle, don't worry. She was happy. But now tell me, ladies and gentlemen, where's the great grandfather's broom? Is this one? Yeah, her mind, but is it here? Because which part is the broom? This one, this one, this one, this one.
All together.
Yeah, all together. But is it? Can you give the great grandfather's broom sentimental value to this one now?
No.
Can we give that sentimental value to this one?
No.
But according to her, yes. Still you have that. But she forgot that this part, she changed it. Now, this leads. Now you have to think here. Which part is the broom?
Name given to the combination.
Where's the broom? Show me. Am I touching the broom or brother? The metal piece. Am I touching the broom or metal piece? Am I touching the broom or bristle? Am I touching the broom or the pole? Where's the broom? This. Which one is the broom? Which one is the broom? Her great grandfather. There's a witch who used this broom thing. Remember when in Sri Lanka, in our world, it's 𝗵𝗵𝗺𝗧. Okay. Which one is the broom? This one. Which one? But you say there's a broom. Can you see a broom?
Yeah.
Okay, if you see a broom, now show me where's the broom.
The collective.
Huh?
The collective, like the parts that make it together, is what we call a broom. Because without the pole, you can't use it. Like it's rendered.
Which one you mean it?
The broom.
Which it you mean? All of it.
Yes.
So all of it means it is there, it has all.
Yes.
All of it together is a broom.
All of it together is a broom. Or together is a broom. So broom doesn't have entity. Because you can't say this is broom. This is the... See, I told you. At least. This is a broom. This sentence is wrong. When you say this, that this, you have a feeling of it. You have a feeling of entity. You have a feeling of covered thing. Covered, like covered means product. You have a feeling, you have a sense of something done, something made, something created. Am I touching the deep, the conceptual experience you feel? That you feel this, when you say this, you're not actually perceiving a collection, you're perceiving a thing that made. End product. Your this is not a collection when you say this. That's why when I ask it is a... Okay, you have to go back to kindergarten now. My dear teachers, my dear children, what is this? It's a broom.
Brooming.
You know now, today I'm going to even more deeper than last time because I want you to understand it.
Is that broom also a bulbul? Or
Something like bulbul.
no, the broom.
Yes.
The broom is another bulbul.
Another bulbul.
Yeah, maybe the green bulbul.
This is green bulbul.
Oh.
Let's see, huh? I'm trying to get attention of everyone. I want you to focus here. 100%, 110%, 1000%, whatever. Ladies and gentlemen, when we say this, that, it, this, that, it, all noun, all the things that you, these terms that you have used, they are not collections in your mind. When you say this, collectively, you have a feeling that something is made. For example, a person who produced this, a company, a factory who produced this. See, they produce this. What? A product. That's why you sell it. Which one? This. Do you understand this? Do you understand that this means entity, end product, something done, something made. This is a product. This is something, this is a thing, one thing. One thing. When I say, what is this? Tell me. Say it loudly. Bulbul. The name that you have given, bulbul, you are referring to a thing. But is it a thing or collection? Collection. Are you reflecting with this or just sleep here? Did you had something heavy in the morning? What they give you? What did they give you? Grandfather's broom? So you have an understanding of product, something done. Things are there. Everywhere you see these things. What is this?
Water in a cup.
Glass of water. Right? So, when you see this means what? Entity. Entity is there. That entity's name is what? Glass. This entity with another entity, what is that entity? Water entity. Collectively, that entity together, we say what? Glass of water. So, ladies and gentlemen, 1 plus 1 is 1. How many things are there? How many things are there? How many things are there? So, the mathematics you learn is wrong. You are saying 1 plus 1 is 1. Bigger one. See, how many flowers are there? So many flowers are there. But you say 1. It's a bouquet. Bouquet is a 1. One thing. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you can't come out of this thinking pattern. Wherever you see, wherever you go, wherever you perceive, you always feel there's a thing. Thing, 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 thing. That thing, this thing, that thing. Those things are there. Things are there. Those things collectively we call it what? Another thing. Thing, thing, double thing. Do you understand?
I'm thinking it's all Google now.
Yeah.
Everything.
Everything. You can name any name now. Because everywhere you can see what? Things, That things you can name bulbul, bulbul, bilbil, bulbul, any name. It doesn't matter. The thing is, the problem here is, you are a king of thinking as a things. Your mind is a king, right? Of thinking every collection as a thing.
And it shouldn't think that way. It should be everything as one.
Now the problem here is, what truly exists is not a thing. This is where all the confusion starts. But this is rooted in all the minds, this issue. Right now, you have it. You can't come out of it. When I say, what is this? You're saying it is a eraser. Right? The name eraser is okay. But you have a feeling when I say, what is this? You have a feeling, yes. One entity. Encapsulated thing. Covered. Has surface. Has boundary. It has a boundary. It is covered. It has a cover. See, car, bonnet, chassis, everything together. Car is a thing. The name car that you have given to a thing. That thing is made with so many things.
So, with a broom, if someone hits you with a broom, it hurts. But if you think of it as a bulbul, should it still hurt?
When you say bulbul, you also feel it as entity. Yeah, even I'm not worried about the name that you have given. I'm asking here to reflect that you have a feeling, you have a sense of always there's an entity. The name that you have given so far throughout your lives are to these entities. That means you collect couple of things and you have created a new thing. You collected couple of things and you have created a new thing. So we didn't say this part is broom, right? This is a like piece of plastic. The who made this didn't have an idea that this will be a broom, a part in a broom, right? And the plastic, I think this is 3D printed maybe, right? No one has an idea that these plastic molecules, do you think these plastic molecules, the carbon molecules knows that they are in a broom? Do you think that these carbon atoms has an idea that they are in a broom? No, they say they are. If they have a consciousness, they will say, I don't know what happened to me, I'm in somewhere. But you would say, you are the one who says what? No, there's an entity. You are part of that entity. Oh. You can teach ignorance to the carbon atom as well then. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where the problem begins. All our language model, whether it's AI or BI, biological intelligence or artificial intelligence, all intelligence have developed based on what? Language. That language developed based on this entity thinking. That's why scientists are in a quest to find what is the smallest thing in this world. Smallest thing. Huh? They are still looking for a thing.
But it it has gone to our religion as well. When people think impermanence, they think something existing, getting old, getting decayed. So it is wrongly interpreted into Buddhism as well.
No. The thing is this. When you read the books, you won't be able to understand this, ladies and gentlemen. When you read Buddhist books, you are an entity reading a book entity, and you are trying to understand that there is no entity without a teacher. You won't be able to do that. It's the same thing happen when you read the Bible. You think, what? There's an almighty, powerful entity is there. Who is that entity? Bible didn't talk about an entity called God. Oh, Bhagavad Gita doesn't talk about entity called Krishna. Taoism didn't talk about an entity called Master. But people who read it always feel that there's an entity who controls this world. Do you understand this? Because you can't come out of entity-based thinking. Because your mind is a king in thinking that what? Things are there. Forget about the name, okay? We are also, we also feel that we are an entity. But we are not. But in order to come out from this entity-based thinking, what you have to do is, you have to experience the reality. You have to see, you have to understand that this is the way that it works. Do you understand this? Ladies and gentlemen, now everything is very clear. Like every day by day, when Guru Thero's sermon. So yesterday I told Guru Hamru, so before he come to Australia, he did a sermon on Saturday, a sermon in Sri Lanka. The last sermon he did, I told him that you have placed an atomic bomb, nuclear bomb. Because in order to understand that concept that you explained, I have to listen to that sermon. The sermon means the talk, okay? I have to listen to that talk 5 times. I don't know whether people can understand this. In order to understand the concept that you explained, I listened 5 times to understand. Because the day that he left Sri Lanka, he explained about time. And why there's no time. But when I say there's no time, Swaminathan, what's the time now? 9:15. We all have a feeling of what? Time is there. You can't come out from the experience of there's no time. Because you feel there's a time is passing. There's something passes, like called time is passing. Then I told him that yesterday night you have released atomic bomb, nuclear bomb, right? So now monks and everyone has to argue and debate and have to think to understand this. I listened 5 times. When I listen again, I feel I didn't catch this point. So that's why I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, listening is the only. Listening and realizing. Listening and realizing. Listening and realizing is the only way to understand this reality. Do you understand this? I'm not going to talk about timelessness with you, because then you will. But I will touch it. because I love to go there. Do you understand?
So without your ears, if you went there, it's not possible?
Hmm?
Is it possible to get the wisdom without your ears?
Yes. Without our ears, it's not possible to get there. Because we need to hear through vibrations, sound vibrations, and these vibrations has to resonate each other's mind. Actually, what you're doing is using this facial expression plus the vibrations from the mouth. What we are doing is we are resonating together. That's why I'm cracking jokes and I'm collectively take you into this experience, because what I'm doing is resonating your mind in the same way that I resonate. That's why I told you have to be like a child.
If I can read your lips, can I still receive the teaching?
Pardon? No.
If I can read your lips?
No.
No.
Sound is doing more like the portion is high.
So do you get a buzz?
I'm not going to hypnotize you, but you know. But it's not a magic, but this is the way that you learn things. Right? Because here we are touching the deep core, the mechanics in the mind. That mind always feels, mind always thinks, mind always experience entities. Do you understand this? So far, so good? So, is there a great-grandfather's broom? A great-grandfather's broom? No. It's my mother's mind's fallacy. So, Bulbul is also it's collectively our fallacy. Right? Is it a thing? No. Do you understand so far? Right. Ladies and gentlemen, now this is what you have to understand. Everywhere you can see aggregations there. All the things, all the names that you have given so far are not things but aggregations. Do you understand? Aggregation of what? Aggregation of what? Thing? No. Aggregation of aggregation of aggregation of aggregation of aggregation of aggregation of aggregation. Not all the way down, all the way up, all the way down. You can see what? Not entity, aggregation. The characteristic of aggregation. This is what you have to understand. There's a characteristic in this nature that aggregations are there. When you say are there, you can't say there are aggregation. Aggregation created something. So this aggregation cannot create something. I hope you will understand this. I'm emitting the signal, I'm amplifying the signal, and let's see. Aggregation cannot create a new thing even though you name it. Even though you name, this is a broom, this is a marker, this is bulbul, this is DJI, this is glass of water, this is saucer. magicians. And there's a torch. What is this? And light, and there's a flame. Excellent. So all these things are there. All these things are there. See, I'm not talking about the name, the thing. I'm talking about that you feel that entity. All these things are there. When I say, you say, yes, Swami, all things are there. No, the thing is that you have a. Do you understand what the concept I want you to think? You have a thing. You have. See, this goes beyond the words. You have an understanding. You have a sense that this is special and this is special. This is unique and this is unique. This is not this. This is not this. This is this. This is this. That's the equation. This thing is this thing. That thing is that thing. This thing is not that thing. That thing is not this thing. You are drowning in a sea of things. Got it? Yeah? I mean, you're so lucky to understand this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so happy about you. Think. Collection. You can say, if I put this and this with bonds, and you can say, you have made something out of the different things. Have you played with building blocks? Yes. When you add together things, what? Building blocks are blocks, things. They collectively, when you arrange in an order, then what you say? You have created something. The problem here, ladies and gentlemen, even though you name it, but when you zoom it, Bulbul is not a thing, because Bulbul has what? Aggregation. That's why, that's the basic principle that you learn in the science. What is that? Matter is discrete. Remember the first day in science that you learn this? When you learn about atoms? Matter is discrete. Discrete means separate things collectively, collect together. That's what you say, what? Matter. Like something. Are we on the same page? Back? So this is a collection of what?
Aggregation.
Collection of aggregation. Yeah. So when you zoom it, you won't find a bulbul. When you zoom in, you will see that small atoms. Right? You can see separated entities again. Is it there? No, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if you take one atom and zoom in, then you will see what? Is there an atom, or is there again electrons, protons, neutrons? Tell me. Yes or no? Then you have electrons, protons, neutrons. Do you understand that? If you take electron, now scientists say, what? This is electron. Scientists have explained that electron is also not an electron. You don't have a boundary in an electron. The electron is something like the level of density is high and the density becomes lower and lower. Do you understand this? There's no specific boundary to the electron. I can draw this like smear the fade. What is? It's like a cloud. Do you understand this? So it's not something done, it's something always feathered, like faded away. There's no boundary. This is what scientists have developed so far, and they say, because of that you can't say, they don't say that, but we say now, you can't say there's an electron because it's a collection again. Of what? So we can say energy, but energy is also not entity. When you say a collection of what? Yes, sir. Yes. You are listening. Collection of what? Because you have a sense what? That what is there. Do you understand that? When we say collection of what? What? You know that what should be there. I'm telling, there's no what. Right? There's no what and there's no who. But there's a how. How. How means not who. Do you understand? Not who, not what, how. Don't worry, I'm going to bite you. How? Right? So, the Guru Handro, because when you understand this, you need to understand this more thoroughly in order to grasp what actually happens here. Are we ready to go deeper and just this is enough? Let's dive. Ladies and gentlemen, this aggregation is also not static. This aggregation is dynamic. What do you mean by done? Done and dusted. You have created. I am done. End. Product. Done, product, created, have a sense of completed. That means there is a sense of done, fixedness, completed. This is the meditation. You can't think about this by your own. That's why I'm telling you. Listen, and you don't have to acknowledge everything. If you can't understand, you say no. But then I will explain it again in a different way. You have a sense of done here. Created, something done. Electron, yes, done. But in reality, it's aggregation dynamics. It's never done. Chirat Mata, shall we set up the project? So, here, ladies and gentlemen, you are not going to learn anything. Right? You are going to reflect about this. We are showing this video to help you to grasp this concept. Do you understand this? Right? When you grasp this concept, you have to practice in a way of that way of thinking. If you practice in that way, then what happens? Your mind can be trained to think in that way. All the other times, don't worry about this. All the other times, you always feel things and always experience things. You can't come out of that by your own. That's why you need a teacher. That's why you need a support to think always. Guidance. Guided meditation. Listening. Can you unplug? Yeah. Now see. Can you all see this? So this is something that we made in our monastery to explain what is actually there in an electron. You can see an electron, you can see the middle, there's a high density cloud of energy. Towards the end, this is what I drew there. Towards the end, you have what? Lighter and very free. And towards the end, you can see there's no form, there's no shape. Free energy and aggregated energy. There are two types. Actually, two types doesn't mean that two entities, but there are two forms there. One has a form and the other doesn't have a form. The free energy doesn't have a form. Can you draw energy? Shall we draw energy? No? Can you? Huh? Can you? What is the color of energy? Cream color. Neutral. That means, ladies and gentlemen, you don't have color to energy. You can't actually explain energy as a form. But when you see this, now can you see there's something in the middle? Intensity is high. Ladies and gentlemen, I am explaining a scientific publication. I mean, we should publish this. But I'm 100% sure when we go to the peer review, they can't understand this. Because when you read it, you can't grasp this. You have to come to a lecture, Buddhist Detox retreat. That's the answer for your question, sir. You asked yesterday how to convince to scientists. I'm not sure whether we will be able to, but this is the reality. So, this is not, you can see in the middle there's something. Towards the outside you have smeared thing. Energy is free. But is it done? Is it fixed? Is it completed? Or is it at dynamic equilibrium? A concept called dynamic equilibrium. See, you can see that actually it's manifesting. The middle part you can say it's a manifestation. Manifestation. You can't say it is something made. Is it something made or is it something continuously being made, becoming, living, becoming? You can't say it. You can't say it.
It's a verb.
You can't say it. When you say it, you have a feeling of it. Something fixed, something done. But is there something done? Is there something fixed? Is there something completed? Or is there a process of becoming? What do you think?
It's a process, but you cannot say it's a process of becoming. And once it's become, then it's a it.
Once it become.
So it's not becoming, it's just...
No, it don't become. It's becoming, that's a ing. Never became.
It's becoming, but becoming to...
Becoming to what? No, show.
Exactly. There's no ing.
I have used great-grandfather's becoming. It's becoming. It's becoming means it's not something done. It's always what? Being. Being means that, see, I mean, when you say it's being, it is there, that is being. See, this is going beyond the sentence structure. I mean, there's no. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, Buddha has explained in the first stage, like when he's explaining this to a group of people, that's the helpers. He explained, I have found something that I cannot explain using words. I'm trying my best to put these things together to make it easy to understand, but I don't know whether you will understand. This is there in that first sermon.
Because it became before language, so...
Yes. 𝗵𝗺 𝗠𝗶𝗺𝗆. Something I never ever experienced, I'm going to explain. But all the language that we have used, the language was developed with entity-based thinking. So when I explain something, you always feel, yes, that's it. No. Do you understand this?
So that's like dynamic aggregations, right? And all of that's energy. Why does certain energy, is there a reason for certain energy to be pulling towards one another?
Good question. This energy is I don't want to go that deep. You're asking, you know why? You're asking an interesting question, but you never asked this from your science class, right?
I wasn't in science class.
Yes, I mean not you. I mean nobody asked this. When we say two hydrogens come together and make helium, nobody asks why. Why that two hydrogen has to come together and make helium? What is the necessity? Why they have to do that? Who told them? Who told them to come together? When the physicists explain, the cloud is actually the cloud of dust aggregated and created the planet. Why? Who asked them to bring together? Who did that? How you don't ask that. Why these clouds? Do they have an agenda to come together? Who asked that? I mean, that's the question you ask. Discussion.
Yes.
Who asked that? How? What is the reason behind that?
Well, now you answer.
Ladies and gentlemen, necessity is the mother of invention. Right? But the thing is, if you cannot invent something new, this looks like a new invention, but not a new invention. If you closely inspect the middle, still you have energy. It didn't create an electron. Do you understand that? It never become something new. Do you understand that? Do you understand that energy come together has never produced an electron, but looks like something produced? Out of nothing you made something like that. Looks like. Do you understand this? Looks like. You are exactly like that person. That means, are you the same person? No. Huh? You are exactly like your mother. Then that means you are your mother. Do you understand this? So, looks like doesn't mean it. Got it? So that means electron is not an electron, it is becoming. That electron, we call it electron, is not an electron. It is that aggregation pattern, the aggregation dynamics have created, have illusion. How to say? Illusively, we can say. It's a manifestation. That's the word. It's a manifestation. Do you understand this? Got it? Someone is busy here. What am I doing? Yeah. See, I didn't see that you go there.
You manifested there.
There's a aggregation dynamics there, and now there's aggregation dynamics there.
So there is only energy.
Huh?
So there is only energy.
Yes?
Is only energy.
Here. That's excellent. Excellent thinking. All the things. Shall we switch on the lights? I think. Everywhere you can see, ladies and gentlemen, everywhere you can see what? Energy is being aggregated or aggregating.
Okay, so now with energy aggregated, these two separate energies will not create something new.
No.
Right?
Which two separate energy?
Well, two types of energy, like you said, two hydrogens.
No. That, you know that when you say two types of energy, that sentence is also what?
What is the cemetery of two different forms?
Two different forms you can't say. That's what I'm telling. I'm not telling two different things come together and created something new. Right? You do not have two different things. That's what I'm saying. Everywhere you can see same energy but being aggregated. Do you understand this concept? Because, dear sir, madam, you can't come out of this entity-based thinking. That's why in your mind you have this strong question, what are the two things that come together? Because when you ask that question, you have a sense, you have an understanding that there are two things.
No, but the aggregation is different, right?
No. Nothing is different. The concept called different is not applicable here.
So is this where meditation comes into, where you can feel it, where you can sense it and feel it more if you're meditating?
What we are doing is, when you understand this, right, you are now using some metaphors, examples to think in this way. Then in the meditation, that means right now you are doing meditation. After some time you practice this with listening, you would gain a capacity, you would gain a ability to see through in that way. Not through these eyes, but with the prajna, but with the wisdom. And that way, now you have entered to the stream of wisdom. That is what we call sotapanna in the first stage of the Buddha's practice path.
So then when we try and reconcile, here is an object in front of me, I can touch it and feel it. Is this where you have to sort of separate your mindsets and go, right, well here is sort of relative truth versus absolute truth, because you can actually reconcile the two?
No, because absolute truth, relative truth is the truth that we live. So you can't actually bring that together. That means you can't.
That's what I mean. You have to
Otherwise you can't live. So that's why. So I'm responding you, right? That doesn't mean that I'm responding to you.
Okay, I have a question from a different side.
Give me a second. Because here we are practicing. I'll give you some time to ask questions. Okay? Give me 1 second. Now, sir, leave that question a little bit aside and reflect this. right? You can see that aggregation cannot produce something else. Leave that question aside, I will come to that. But what happened? 𝗘𝗃𝗏𝗧, can you take the camera with you? Did you understand that nothing produced new thing? There's no new entity produced with this. It looks like new thing, but it is not a new thing. Do you understand that? It's always becoming, sir. Electron is not an electron, it is becoming. Do you understand that? Everyone?
Do we understand it or do we believe it?
No, you need to understand. You don't have to believe. Right? I'll explain this. You don't have to believe. I'm telling you, this is the way that you perceive, the way you feel. The way you feel is always what? Entities there. Your belief set, your perception, your theories that you have developed so far, always based on what? Entity. Now, even you believe, then you believe from which side? The perception always have this influence of wrong idea. That is what we call wrong idea means what? Ignorance. Did you understand this? Ignorance means what? Wrong idea, wrong concept, misunderstanding. Do you understand this? Got it? You have to come out from there. The way you have to think is in this way, then you will understand what's real, what is actually happening. Nothing produced. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, scientists would be able to find that what? This is not a thing. When you go zoom in, you have a couple of other things. And when you zoom in, you have seen the aggregation. So everywhere you have seen aggregation. So that is the proof for this. But as long as you go beyond this level, limitations that you can see through eyes, still you will find what? Aggregations. But these aggregations never done. Right? Now, this is what actually happened, ladies and gentlemen. In the Bible, it says, after the man, planet, sun, moon has created. God has created the man, and after the man, sun, planet, moon has created.
Man created.
Not entity. Looks like it. You know what happened? Ignorance in the mind. The mind of the ignorance is the creator of this. Ignorance means ignorance, not your ignorance. I'm talking about ignorance. Ignorance means wrong idea. What is the wrong idea? Entities are there. Fixedness is there. Completed things are there. Separate things are there. Do you understand that? You have subscribed to ignorance. Right? You are embedded with ignorance. So I'm not saying that you're stupid, okay? Right? Ignorance is there. As a result of ignorance, now ignorance wanted to experience what? Entities. Are there entities or just free energy? Free energy. Now, in order to experience an entity, it has to bring this energy together. Because of the attraction force that generated because of ignorance, attraction force aggregate energy and created this first experience of what? Entity. Don't think that it is electron, but something. We don't have to worry about that. But that's the necessity. Necessity to experience a thing has gathered this energy and created this pattern of what? Flux. Because energy doesn't want to become new thing. Energy likes to stay there as free bird. Right? Free energy doesn't have any energy to... Free energy doesn't have an energy to become something. Free energy is free energy. Do you understand this? But because of this attraction force that generated because of ignorance has gathered this energy and created thing or looks like a thing. Because energy doesn't... Ladies and gentlemen, if electron is like that, how about this guy? This guy is this guy, or this is also in flux? In flux. It's in a dynamic equilibrium.
So you said attraction force, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's my question. Attraction force is the one controls the free energy to manifest objects.
That's developed because of ignorance.
Yeah. What is the attraction force? Is the God? Is the attraction force?
Here, you can see the attraction force is the force that actually keep these things together, hold these things together. Not things, actually, the energy is being aggregated, that pattern, like the level of aggregation in the middle, it's being held together by the attraction. Huh?
The attraction force decides everything.
Excellent. That's
So
why...
ignorance created things that look like mountains.
Huh? Pardon?
So ignorance led to things that look like mountains.
Yes. Ignorance is the culprit who created these manifestations. Darkness within darkness have created the manifestation. This is there in the 1000.
What do you mean by darkness?
Ignorance. Not knowing the reality. I mean, that's why when you go through this profound teaching, you will have these metaphors, examples. So when you go through example, you can't actually find it out without a teacher. Do you understand this? When you read it, you won't be able to understand what is darkness. What is that darkness? Is it because of jungle? At night, darkness. No, darkness means not knowing the reality. Right now you experience it. Right now what happens, ladies and gentlemen, this is not a thing. This is in dynamic equilibrium. How about this now? This is also this, or this is in dynamic equilibrium. Do you understand this? We learn electron is moving around the atom, remember? Huh? Are you energetic to go through this?
Yes.
Dull. Huh? Pump your energy. So electron, remember we learned electron is moving around the atom, remember? Huh? So is it that electron is moving around the atom or this aggregation dynamics? Can you say this electron moves around, or can you say this moment, this electron, this moment, this electron? Can you say that moments that electron is there, exist? No, why? It's becoming, it's happening. Then that's why you say electroning.
So the creator is anti-God. Creator is the Satan.
Ladies and gentlemen, when you say A plus B in dynamic equilibrium, this and this come together and created this and this. Do you understand? This is the chemical equation. Don't worry about what are these. You understand this? So, if can you say she has created or she is always producing? You can't isolate she, isn't it? You can't say this is my C, this is my D. Why? There's no fixed C, there's no fixed D. Do you understand? Because always in production, like that electron. At the same time, ladies and gentlemen, these are the causes and this is the effect. Do you understand that? These are the causes and this is what? Effect. And how about this?
Again, it's the other way, it's the other way.
If you look at it the other way around, these are the causes and this is the effect. Cause and effect, cause and effect, cause and effect. Effect becomes causes to the effect. So actually, you can't say it is there, it is always in what? Everything in this world is in what? Equilibrium. Now, are we ready? Huh? Think about, can you say there's a flame? Can you say there's a flame? Flaming. So why you say flaming?
It's a process.
Same thing. Now, you see, if you understand that, that's really good. You can't say created something new, but it's always in what? Plus, production. Are you experiencing the reality? So can you say, there's a flame here? Oh, this is always in manifestation. Flame is not a thing, flame is a manifestation. I mean, this is not something that you can see from your naked eye. This is something you have to think from your wisdom that we planted in you. This is exactly like electron. Do you understand this? People are talking about non-self. I'm not talking here non-self. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, you can't find a flame here. Entity, something here. It's always in reflux, always in creation, always becoming. Then you can't say, can you say same flame is moving? Is this the same flame moves? Do you see that in church or in the 𝗘𝗲𝗁? You do like this? Is the same flame is moving? No. There's no flame to move. Now, ladies and gentlemen, all the Newtonian physics have to reanalyze again. Remember, we learned distance, time, this object from here to here, how much time left, gone, and then you claim there's a speed. Scientists have to go back to their kindergarten. I mean, I'm not telling that science is wrong, so redefine them, what they have explained. Ladies and gentlemen, object is an illusion. There's no object. There's no entity in this world. There's always in production. There's no flame here. The flame is manifestation.
So to a burn victim, would be someone whose house is burnt out.
Which house?
Their house.
Flame is not there. How come there's a house there? If flame is becoming, now I want you to think in this way. The way we felt that house is there.
But I wouldn't help the burn victim.
Which one is burning then?
I know, I just noticed the person in pain.
I know. That person in pain because of the ignorance. Ladies and gentlemen, ignorance created the suffering. When we understand that there's no fixed entity, world is in equilibrium, everything that you can see is actually like this flame. Like this flame, like that electron. You understand that electron is not an electron, it is in energy flux. Exactly like all the things exist here, you can see, they are not exist. It doesn't exist. This is also what now? Manifestation. How about this? Manifestation. Can you say this? Can you say this? No, because this is not the same. Can you say, is this the same? Are you looking at the same flame? Do you understand this? Are you looking at the same flame, or the perception of flame is a manifestation? There's a vibrations keep coming to your mind and generating this experience. Your mind is also like this, ladies and gentlemen. Your mind is also what? Cluster of energy is generating. This is mind-blowing.
So the flaming that we are experiencing is energy coming constantly
Together.
and morphing and creating a manifestation of what we perceive is a flame.
A flame, but flaming.
Yeah.
But right now, you can't see the same flame because that concept is wrong. There's no same flame, but flame is a manifestation.
How this removes the suffering?
Because you can't attach. You can't define. You can't attach to a thing. You can't have expectation on thing. You know, the trust that you have created, you had about this world is losing because of this concept.
How will you give the meaning and experience if you're not attached?
There's no meaning to this life. That's what you have to understand.
There's no purpose to live.
Excellent. The purpose of your life is to find out there's no purpose of this life. That is the acceptance of defeat that I mentioned.
So if there's only an energy around, and we're going away from being attached to entity, can you also be attached to energy?
Then you think energy is something there.
We are energy.
That sentence, I don't know how you feel. We are energy. In the deep sense, no, because we are not, we means not entity. The energy reflux is there. So you can't say we are energy. Whatever that you see, think, anything, experience are just aggregation dynamics of reality.
Maybe the universe is just a conscious energy.
No, still when
Maybe
you
the universe is just a conscious energy.
Consciousness is the conscious energy means, ladies and gentlemen, that's what you have right now. The consciousness is not also consciousness. That is also in flux. You can't separate energy, conscious energy. This is conscious energy, this is electron energy, this is proton energy.
Everything is conscious energy.
Yeah.
But still, your mind wants to somehow put it like
Into a frame.
And you want the answer to say. That's why you're still asking. Because you want the mind wants, this is how it is.
It's a conscious energy exploring itself.
Ladies and gentlemen, now think. Are you thinkers or just? Are you sleeping?
No, definitely not. Wigging out.
Trying to sleep. Ladies and gentlemen, you will have sleepless night if you actually realize this. Can I tell you something? When the right mood is there, when the right times are there, like when I was contemplating, some nights in the monastery, I couldn't sleep. Of this reflection, the contemplation, because I feel that I don't have much time to go through this deep reality, to train my mind to think in this way, because I'm questioning myself. Let's say I live only 60 years. Within next 25 years, would I be able to finish this training? That feeling is fraud. That feeling is fraud, because I am not the same one who lives. Right? But we have sleepless night because of this profound wisdom. Nobody would be able to self-realize this. How many years that you lived in your life thinking that things are there?
Can you realize after you've already lost his body, can you do it at another?
No.
Why no?
Why only on this earth?
Why no?
No. Because, why now? Because you have the association of wisdom.
But why can't we find association after we're gone?
No one knows this. Only Buddha
Thought you could
explained this.
reach
There is
enlightenment after
reincarnation.
your death.
If there is reincarnation,
Which I don't want. I want to be.
No. Sorry.
there is a free will.
No. So. Reincarnation. The concept of reincarnation is wrong. Can you tell me, is there a flame?
It's not a Buddhist reincarnation.
It's not.
No.
No. I mean, reincarnation you can explain in that way, because you can say there's a flame, right? Now this flame is moving. It passed away. Now it came back again. So that is the same flame now. It's reincarnated, born again. These are all fallacies, ladies and gentlemen, in the mental creation. What actually happened here? Nothing ever produced. So the concept called reincarnation doesn't apply here, because always becoming. But this flux, the process is still going there. But you have to understand here, when you realize this, that ignorance is telling you that what? Because of the ignorance, you have a strong feeling. No, Swamin Wahanse, but Bhante, there should be something. That's why your question always align with what? What exists? A and B are something exists that created C and D. No, C and D never created, A and B never created, flame never created. You can't say flame moves. What actually happens here? Manifestation. That means process. The processors. Do you understand this? Process.
Each process is different, right?
No, I mean, we can say each process is different, but
Like the process of flame is different than the process of the flame.
no, the way that aggregate is different.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
it has different character.
No, there's no different character. Looks like different character.
But the aggregation is different.
Because in your mind, you have a feeling of difference.
I mean, the vibration of atoms in the plane are different from the flame.
No.
And the components.
No, the magnitude is different.
Yes.
But the vibration is there.
Yeah.
You can't say it's a different level.
Different frequency of vibration. That's all.
But vibrations. Events, there are no entities. I love you with the question, but the thing is, you have to contemplate. There's events are there, fluctuations are there, dynamic equilibrium is there. Do you understand that? And the level of speed of that dynamic equilibrium can be changed. The level of energy aggregated can be different. But you can't say it is the same thing. When you watch this, when you look at this pen, ladies and gentlemen, actually each and every moment, you can't say, now tell me which moment. Where's the moment? It's movement. It's an event. The perception process is keep happening within your mind. That's why you can see the reaction here should continuously happen. Otherwise, if this light energy and this energy reaction stops, then you won't be able to see this. Do you agree with that? You can see once and then it's done. I mean, if only one time reaction happens, then you will see a snapshot and that's it. No, your mind continuously grasping, sensing, experiencing pen. Bulbul. You know what? Now your mind is collecting memories from yesterday and creating bulbuling. Right? So I told you, when you leave this room to the afternoon, what is this? No. Then back to pen. Otherwise, then when you go somewhere and say, you know what, we went to a retreat and okay, what did you learn? Pens are not pens and they are bulbuls. Then they will say, don't go there, I think I recommend you. So don't try to ever teach this to someone until you 100% sense this, figure it out. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, this is not an entity. This is activity. Excellent. This is activity. This is not done activity happening. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, your body, yourself are also what? Same thing. Actually, you can't say this is the same hand, even though you wave like this. Electron moves, there's no one electron moved. Likewise, this is not the same hand. Ladies and gentlemen, now go back to your story. All the things that you have attached and brought to your house, you have an idea. You buy that thing. Ha ha ha. You bought that thing. You have done a PhD. Ha ha ha. You are in Australia. Thing. Australia is not a thing, ladies and gentlemen. Seashore is creep. The sea waves are keep taking the sand and putting the sand is in flux. So as a country, continent is not a continent. It's always in production.
Things, people and places are not things, people and places.
So that means they are empty in that sense. You know, that's what Buddha has explained about emptiness. It's not empty means there's nothing, but no things. This pen doesn't have a pen. This bulbul doesn't have a bulbul. I should be a child. This lighter is not a lighter. Because there's no lighter, because you can dismantle it. When you dismantle it, you won't find a lighter, like my great-grandfather's broom. Actually, not my great-grandfather's, my great-great-grandfather's broom. According to my mom, it's her great-grandfather, then I should be, to me, great-great-grandfather. So, Mr. Ashada is here. You can discuss with him. This is This is what he has done to my great-great-grandfather. My mom now get angry because of what? This great-great-grandfather's broom. Is there a great-great-grandfather's broom, or this is brooming? Ladies and gentlemen, today when you eat, try to find something that you eat. You can't attach to anything, ladies and gentlemen. You can experience the taste to the fullest. If you practice this, you can enjoy the life, not suffer. Enjoy means not pleasure. Enjoy each moment to the fullest, because you are only living in that experience. This is the timelessness of this reality.
But you also tell us to not get too attached, but then you say enjoy, the food to the fullest or something like this.
Yeah, see, it doesn't make sense, because why? You think that when you enjoy, you get attached. No. When you enjoy, you can't get attached, because when you with contemplation, if you are with contemplation and enjoy, then you can attach to that experience, because that experience is the momentary experience. You can experience to the fullest. Now what happened here, when you watch YouTube talk, you are checking the suggestions, because you are creating the next moment. Because you want to live in the next moment, while you can't live in this moment. Because you are looking for something, what's next? Yeah, you always ask what's next. Remember, my supervisor always, after I finish one research project, when we celebrate, he asks what's next. Then I said, don't think about what's next, sir. Think about what we have done. No, what's next? Necessity is the mother of invention, but that invention is not an invention. It looks like an invention. This is the fallacy. It's a manifestation. Nobody has ever invented a thing, new thing. Ladies and gentlemen, all the technology, everything are not new things. Then you can't see a difference. Then you can't see a difference in these. Then you will find everybody is same. That's the equanimity. There you have the love for all the beings. There you can't separate a thing. There you can experience the equanimity. Everybody is same, with that wisdom. Not with your heart. This has to bring your mind. That's why I told you, ladies and gentlemen, when you came last night, Friday, you came to the right place to realize what actually happens in this world. That's why you came from USA, you came from Melbourne, people came from everywhere in the continent. Because this gathering is only worth gathering. This gathering is not worth. This gathering is not worth. This gathering is worth. You know why? This gathering explains that all gatherings are worthless. Worthless, yes, worthless. That means we are getting rid of ignorance. Our common enemy is ignorance. That's our common enemy. We have to fight against ignorance. It's not your battle, it's my battle. Even if ladies and gentlemen, let's say I become enlightened. Do you think after I completed my job, do you think I feel, okay, I'm done now, okay, I don't care about anyone? Huh? Do you think that will I be like that? No, ladies and gentlemen. If I finished this, I will feel. Still, I didn't finish it. You know why? No, you haven't finished it. Because for enlightened one, you don't feel there's another entity outside. Minds are same. Ladies and gentlemen, all the minds are same. But you don't feel it in that way. You know, you have a mind, right? You have a mind, sir? Yes. You have a mind? Right? That mind is not this mind, right? This mind is not that mind, right? This is also like this is this is this is not that, that is not this. No. That's why in the Bible it says Holy Spirit.
One see, many ways.
Universal consciousness. Aham Brahmasmi. Take all the religions, you have this.
As water, only one sea. As waves, looks like there's
Many
forms.
forms.
But as water, there's only
One sea. This is why Jesus has said, love your neighbor. Because you can't love your neighbor now because of the ignorance. When you go against the God, now you suffer. When they experience we are children of God, that means what?
There's only God.
We're all nature.
We are nature. There's no entity called God. There's no entity called us. We all are, even God are.
From the same thing, and that thing is energy.
Energy.
And it's energy and energy.
The Taoism, it says, all living beings are returning to a common source. Returning to a common source is called serenity. If you know the common source, if you know where you come from, you will be kind-hearted like a grandmother, dignified as a king. You can deal with whatever that life brings to you. And when the death comes, you are ready. These are profound teachings from profound people who wanted to convey this message in those regions, in the different continents in the world. They have learned this from the Buddha, and they went there and they were trying to explain this. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, I don't feel all these religions are religions. I feel, to my knowledge and what us like 𝗘𝗃𝗏 and everyone who understood this, we don't feel a separation between anything. Any country? No. You know, we don't feel a difference between that animal, insect and us. You feel insect is worthless, right? Insect. No, that mind is also same mind like you have. There's no difference at all. This is the way to love your neighbor, not human beings. Love your neighbor means love your beings. Not neighbor in next door. Love your neighbor means love the surrounding. Now tell me, when you give, what you get? When you give, you will get. Give to something? No. Giving to nature,
Giving to yourself.
actually giving to yourself. Because there's no difference between nature and you, then you are not giving. You are actually, when you in the ignorant mind feel I am giving, but in the realized mind it's not actually giving. Given and gotten. Given, gotten.
Like a mirror.
Reaction. Giving, getting. Equilibrium.
Does that make you happy?
Yes. Because I can't attach to you.
Is that happiness? Detachment?
That happiness is, you become nature. The equanimity is the happiness that you are searching.
Then that, you know how scientifically you can define endorphins are produced or dopamine. But does that create that effect in a human body
That effect is not happiness. That's the illusion of happiness. Scientists have found release of dopamine is the happiness. That's the pleasure you experience when your mind pressured and released.
So we don't know what happiness is.
That's why I told you, you are searching but you don't know what you're searching for. Equanimity is the happiness that you search for. Because this world is neutral, ladies and gentlemen. This world doesn't produce anything, never become. Nothing has ever produced. Nothing has ever made. People are running after so many things. There's a quest.
And what's the point?
There's no point.
That's
Now, that's why I told you, ladies and gentlemen, victory is the acceptance of defeat, that you can't produce anything. Yes, I have to accept what is the reality. Ladies and gentlemen, all these things because of teachers. I'm not telling here. This is my teacher explaining this. This is the Buddha explains. This is the Buddha nature in you. You have this understanding, but you didn't know that you are. I mean, you don't have to become nature because you are nature, but you just have to realize that there's no problem. Ladies and gentlemen, the final statement is there's no problem, but you don't understand there's no problem.
You're trying to remove water from the mirage.
Yeah, you're trying to remove water from the mirage, and then you find out that there's a mirage. You just have to understand that there's no mirage. That's why all your life problems will settle in here. See, now think about Buddha. Does he have to pay mortgage? Does he have to pay mortgage now? Does he have to look after his children? Does he have to eat something? Does he have to learn education, PhD, that D, this D? No. This is done. This is the only way to done and dusted. Otherwise, you will enjoy to be continued life. Bye bye. I'm following that path and I'm going to exit. Right? If you stay there like this, no, we are right. You are wrong. Okay. Welcome, sir.
So should everyone become a monk?
No, I didn't become a monk.
Should everyone go on that path?
Now you are a monk. You don't have to change your clothes, ladies and gentlemen. Right now you are looking at what? You are looking at what? Myself, right here. Right here, energy. So you can see that there's a monk there. Right? This manifestation happens in where? Here or here in the mind? Then who are you now?
The monk.
I'm here and you are me.
Aha! You don't have to become a monk. When you look at this, then you can see, oh, with clothes. Here, monk. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to change anything. You just have to practice this. When you practice, you are a monk. You don't have to change your clothes. Right? But I'm saying this, when you come to this understanding deeper and deeper, then you can decide whether you become a monk or not. Then now tell me, you think having a monkhood life is so strong and strange, and it's something that you have to sacrifice. Right? You have a feeling like that, I know that. But I don't have that kind of feeling. I'm questioning, why should you become, why you can't change this? Not this clothes, change the mental pattern. Why can't you associate us? You can do this. No, Swami, I have a kid. no, I don't have my husband, sorry, my, what, occupation, I have this, that, this problem, that problem. It's like this. There's a crazy man. That crazy man is crazy and he's a bus driver. He has a bus in that crazy world. That is the crazy bus. That is a crazy bus. Then this bus broken down. Now he has to find a mechanic to fix the bus. Which bus? Crazy bus. Will he be able to find a mechanic to fix that bus if other people are not crazy? No. He has to find a crazy mechanic. That crazy mechanic can see a crazy bus. That's why Buddha has said, 𝗘𝗃𝗿𝗆 𝗬𝗏. Everybody is crazy when they don't realize the reality. When you climb to the summit, you can see all the people are running here and there without any idea what they are doing. When you come here, that's the compassion I had in my heart. That's the king of heart, that king of hearts, right? Because I'm spreading love, compassion. It's not something physical, it's mental, because I'm explaining the Dhamma to come out, to bring you out from that mental torment you experience. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I can look at like this and stay calm and peace. That's the rest in peace that explains in the Bible. You can't rest in peace because you are looking for pieces. Remember we discussed yesterday? When you are looking for pieces, you think that piece is not this piece, this piece is not that piece. Are there pieces or the same experience? Tell me. Dynamic, aggregation, dynamics of reality. Okay, this is what we are going to write in a research paper. Aggregation, dynamics of reality. That's the name that's suggested by AI. When I feed these Dhamma points to the AI and I ask him, can you provide a name for this? They say, ooh, you are wonderful. You have a good idea. And they created this name. So actually it's true. I mean, words are words. I mean, you can use any words to explain this. But you have to understand this. See, I mean, you can see a steady flame, isn't it?
Yes.
See, that flame is dancing. Is that flame is dancing? The flame is dancing. See? You know, this, now you understand there's no flame. How about this then? You have to apply the Dhamma like that. You realize it, apply to here. Apply to here, apply to here. You always have to maintain some example to come to that understanding and apply to others. That's the meditation. So we will discuss these things in the Monday Detox Your Mind programs. Every day we discuss, we plant this idea and we contemplate. This is the way to train you. There's no other way. Do you understand? You know what? Now we have been talking almost 2 hours. Right? But the thing is, I can keep telling this again and again and again. We can practice this. Right? If you have built up the samadhi, the connection, the consciousness connection, then you won't feel the time is passing. Right? That's because, ladies and gentlemen, you are realizing. Realization is the happiness. Time is passing when you are having fun. The fun is the realization, not that you can't search fun out of pieces. When you search fun out of pieces, that moment you ruin the fun. Spend your life with us to realize this. That's the journey you have to start. Thank you very much. Okay, so now, like now, ladies and gentlemen, think about the Buddha. You know, he realized all these things by himself. I mean, day by day, I can see him. Not a person. How hard to self-realize this at once. You are worshipping to that characteristics. Just do that with wholeheartedly. You will find the wisdom again and again. Thank you very much. Yes, you can announce. Nadi is everywhere.
Hi everyone, just a quick reminder. We're going to have a group photo with all the members just before we finish the retreat. So we have a last talk by Venerable Guru at 2:15. So we are planning to take this photo before starts the talk. So if you can come here around 2:15, like on dot, I would say, because after that we have to start the talk and then we try our best to finish everything on time. So that's a quick reminder. So before it starts at 2:15 talk, we're gonna have a group photo with everyone. There's no pause if you would like to do it.
I charge to the PA.
That's good to know.
and also, we are going to make a video from this.
Yeah.
And if you can give comments, I think like about what you have learned here, because we have to share this with others, not for a business, ladies and gentlemen, but because we didn't charge a single penny for this. This is profound wisdom. I came here, Guru 𝗘𝗏 came here because that you have asked us to. Otherwise, I am happy to stay in the monastery. Because of you guys, and I think I have made this promise in front of Guru 𝗘𝗏 that back in the life that I will bring all these people. Now I have signed that document. I have to So these all people have signed that. That's why they are here. They don't go to the monastery. Even though when they went to the monastery, they have to come again because they have signed that document. Okay, we will do something to make sure that everybody receives this Dhamma. This is the pledge that we signed in front of the Buddha, not in front of the Guru 𝗘𝗏. So if you can give some video comments about what you have learned here, please do so during the lunchtime and the other discussion time that you get. Thank you very much. I mean that's something you are not doing for yourself. That you are doing for others. You are not doing for Minister of Himalaya. You are doing for the Nibbana. You are doing for the freedom of everyone. Think it that way, okay? Okay? Then we'll start.